Hi friends, welcome to Simple Living Wise Thinking, and today I am going to do a different video. Many of you, I don't know, from so many months were requesting me to share like how was my journey from India to US, how did I get adjusted and all the other related things. So today I thought let me do that video finally. And I know that most of many of us will have different experience. It's not that what experience I have, like many of you have gone through the same experience. I'm just sharing my experience through this video. So let me start back. Oh my god, now I have to go through the flashback long time back. But yeah, I want to say that the journey from India to US, like when you feel of settling down totally in US, it's not that easy. Maybe for many people again it can be easy, but for us it was little bit hard, as we were already settled in India nicely. वो बोलते हैं ना अच्छे तरह से इंडिया में settle होना. We had our own flat in Bangalore, we had car, we had everything. There was like we were totally nicely settled in Bangalore, and then again coming to US and settling means, okay, if you stay for 1-2 years and you have in your mind that okay, after 1 year you are going back to India, that is a different scenario. But again for us, starting from again zero and again settling down was little bit tough. As you know, sometimes when you are totally settled and like you have done through all the things, and again life brings you back, where again it's like again you are like you are going back, and again you are settling in a different country, in a different culture, in everything new, was little bit hard for us. And over the top we came to New York State, and if many of you live in New York State, you know that this state is so expensive, especially the labor charges, the house, the tax, everything is super expensive here. So let me start that like before totally settling, thinking of settling down in 2010, like we came to US before for many years. Like we used to come and go. Maybe we used to come, we used to stay here for 6 months or 7 months, and again we used to go back for India. And that time the things were totally different. Like when you used to come, the company used to provide us everything. Company used to provide us house, fully furnished house. I think so, like the utensils were more good than the utensils I have now. So everything was like picture perfect, जैसे how it happens in this movie में जैसे दिखाते हैं. It was like so good. You get a car. We had the car. When we came, we had the car. We had everything, fully furnished house, everything. Company used to take care, the utility bill, like only we used to pay for, I think so, take care of our like the food expenses. Other than that, everything the company used to give. So whenever you used to come to US, like I used to love US a lot. I don't know, my husband, he used to like that much, but he was fine with it. But I used to love this country so much. And it happens, I think so, for many of us, you know, as India is so much populated, and any foreign land you go, you will see, especially the roads are clean, there are less people, and we get in through in all this fascination. So I used to love coming here. And moreover, we didn't have any reality check, you know, as we used to never pay any utility bill, nothing. So we used to think, hey, how kitna aur hoga. And the problem is that whenever we used to come, like most of the time we lived in the state where like the utility bill was less, where everything was not as much expensive compared to here. So we didn't have any much idea. So anyhow, in 2010 we came in Jan, and like when we came in Jan, it was really hard, as it was super cold, and we were never used to this cold time. It was so cold, and we didn't know many things which was required. But luckily that time recession was going, so actually it was good for us in some way. Like we didn't know that to get any house also for rent, we need some credit history, which we didn't have, though the rents were pretty expensive here, and we never thought that the rent will be so expensive, as this place is, it's not in the New York City, but it is very close to New York City. Like earlier, the place in which we used to stay, it's not that far. Now also I go for shopping there. Write down in the comment section, maybe then I can show you all the house where I used to live before moving to my own house. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. Yeah, so yeah, from that place the New York City was around 30 minutes, and from here it is around 40 minutes. So it is close to New York City, but then also we have so much greenery, the schools are best. So for that, this place was really very expensive. So anyhow, we didn't know that we need some credit history, and we didn't have anything of that. But that time, as recession was going on, so many of their condos were empty, as people were moving to different states, and so they gave us, luckily they gave us the house for rent. But we didn't had a car, then also we had to take the garage. They told that no, you have to take the garage, and Rai was so small and we wanted to shift on a one bedroom apartment, as one bedroom apartment were little bit cheap, but they said no, you have to take a two bedroom apartment, as in New York there is some rule that if you have a kid you need. So anyhow, then we have to take a place to live, so we took that apartment for rent, and I think so it was around $1,700 that time, which we stayed in that apartment for 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. And when the time we left the apartment, from 1,700 it became to $2,100. So we took that apartment. And then I remember the first day when we entered, as we didn't know anything, like when before we used to come, we used to get a fully furnished house, so wahan pe to light white sab kuch hi tha, and we didn't know that here they don't give any light, like there was nothing, as most of the places has floor lamp only, and in kitchen I think so they had one light. So we entered and we saw that there was not a single light. And the previous day I ordered a mattress, and I told that guy that please give me the delivery next day, as it is winter, we need a mattress to sleep. So after the mattress came, and then we know that in night we need comforter to sleep. So we went to Walmart and we got comforter, we got the floor lamp, and really Walmart products are really good. And you won't believe the floor lamp, I think so I have 1 or 2 still now, and they are working till now. So really, like if you people are planning, like many of you told me that if you people are planning to settle, and when you come initially, get all the things from Walmart. The prices are really reasonable and the things are amazing. So this is how then slowly we started settling. But really for us it was really tough, as we were already settled, and coming here again we didn't have anything. And in India I had a full-time maid, and many of you will have different experience, I'm sure. So anyhow, then came the reality check that here all the utility bills are so high. So that all slowly we got adjusted to it. And then came the time when I had one American friend in the condo. So she helped me a lot to boost my energy. She used to always say me, ki Payal, no, you have to learn driving. What will happen to you if you don't know driving? How will you take ride to her preschool also? And that was a fact. As you know, if you take a cab also, it is so much expensive. And when I came, like when we thought of settling here permanently, then one thing only my hubby told me, that Payal, now we are going to settle permanently, please do me a favor, don't convert everything into rupees. As earlier I used to convert everything into rupees. You एक human tendency रहता है, जैसे कि अभी भी if I say anything to my dad, the first thing, or anyone, they first think, how much is it in Indian rupees, how much is it in Indian rupees. So then my American friend, she started boosting me a lot that no Payal, you have to learn driving, but I didn't learn immediately after coming. I think so after 2 years, in 2012, then I decided that no, I will learn driving. and then I learned driving, but I learned a proper driving. I went to a school and I took 10 hours driving course, which was around $800 here. So then they taught me for 10 hours, and then we have to practice, as there is some rule that you can't give the main exam. I think so you need some 180 hours or something, I can't remember now. So anyhow, so after office my hubby used to come, and then we used to go to the area like where offices were there, as it was a big space to learn driving. So I started learning driving. Oh my god, now I'm saying like all my memories are coming back. And it was really hard because I was very small that time, so we used to be very scared, like if the police see, and if you are a learner you are not supposed to have any kid in the back, but we used to do that. We used to take Rai in the back, and I used to like round around the office building, and this is how I learned driving. And then Rai started growing to her preschool. Friend, she was the one who taught me everything, as many people who comes, many people comes in a batch, like many from office, many of the colleagues are coming, and then you know a lot of things. But as we came alone, so we didn't know anyone. Now also if you think, we know very less Indians, and Shomik's office also didn't have that many of Indian friends, or so we didn't know. And the people and the friends who he had, they were like not even married, so many of the things they don't know. So then my friend, she helped me a lot, and I hope I'm not boring you all. I'm sorry if you all are getting bored, but definitely this is a very important point which I think so you all might be interested, that in India it's very easy, हम लोग को पता है कि कौन से स्कूल में अच्छा है, पर here it's not at all like that. If suppose you have a house in an area in which the school ratings are not good, then you have no choice, but your kid have to go to that school only. So for us, luckily the condo, like the apartment we were staying, it had a very nice school district. And the funny part was, we didn't know that at all, that for that the condo was little bit expensive, as it was on like one of the best school district it had. So she was like, as she had 3 kids, so she was like, no, this has the best school district, this has the best school district. So from that, and she gave me all the websites from which you can go and you can check the school district, as we need someone, to guide us, otherwise how can we know all these things. So she is the one who helped me a lot. And then I came to know about this school district funda, and she is the one who got me into everything. Then she is the one who gave me into that, no, here try to give your kids more organic food, as kids nowadays get more obesity, and lot of things happens to the kids, in early age they get diabetic, and as most of the things has more pesticides. So she was like, no, you have to eat organic food, So from that I learned. Then came Rai school, and then came the main, when we thought of buying our own house, as Rai was going big and that apartment was really small. I think so it was only around 800 square feet. And like when they start going to kindergarten, play dates happen, and then we thought that no, we have to buy a house. And then again she only helped us, as we already had a house in India, and if you buy a house in India, it is totally a different experience from buying a house here. In India, when we buy any house, we never think of the tax, like tax के बारे में कौन सोचता है, how much is the tax. But here the tax are crazy. Like when I told my mother-in-law, I think so long back when we were planning of, and hearing the tax, she was like, are you crazy, who has this much of tax? So then she was the one who told me about the tax, that the tax are so high in New York State, especially in this area. Like wherever the schools are good, the taxes are pretty high. And I don't want to say that how much tax this like we pay every year. So the taxes are crazy here. And again, if you are lucky, in many states of US they have very minimal tax. So we always used to feel that, oh my god, why we are in this state, why we are in New York State where it is so expensive. And here buying the house is totally a different process compared to as in India. Then we went to all that process, buying house, yeah, thinking like which house to buy, and definitely school district was the main. So when we thought of buying the house, we thought of the school district. And yeah, many of us that time told my hubby that if you are buying a house, you buy little bit far, everywhere you can find a good school district. But I was so much used to living in this area, and this place is really good. As many of you also keep me asking ki, yeah, in many things, many bad things happen also. This, it's not that US में सब कुछ अच्छा ही होता है. Every place has this pros and cons, every place has everything, but these areas are like the best areas I can think to live in US. लाइक यहाँ पे तो लाइक चोरी ये सब तो कुछ भी नहीं होता है. लाइक road, people are, nothing happened, like the perfect place to grow your kids. So we thought that maybe even if this is a very pricey place, but then also we wanted to purchase the house here as it was good for Rai, and the schools are best, so definitely it will bring her, like it will help her in future. So like this we bought a house, and then shifting part came, which was really hard. And trust me, most of the shifting I and my hubby did. That time we had 2 cars, like already we had 2 cars. So like, as again, if you shift more, like there were many big things which we shifted, which 2 people came and they helped us. But remaining like kitchen, all utensils, I and my hubby, we went. And as the house where we were living, it was not that far, like where we were renting, it was not at all that far. It was only 15 miles from here. So I think so in one day around 10 to 12 times we went to get all the things and all the big furnitures which were there. That then we called again, 2 person came and they bought a truck and they did all the other things. But just India mein hota hai that when you think of a house, like I also shifted a house, I think so in India I shifted house only one time. So we have so nice movers and packers who will come and who will do everything from kitchen utensils to all the things. But here also we have, but it is so expensive that when you think of that expense, you think no, we will get a cheaper one, and the remaining all things we will do. As if you live out, this is one thing, that everything, the labor charge is so expensive. So in that one video, I think so I was showing you all that I was fixing my like kitchen cabinet, because for that small fixing, if you are in India, you can immediately call a carpenter. He will come and he will fix it. How much he will charge? But here to fix, just to screw that one thing, he will take around $200 is minimum here. So the labor charge is so expensive that you can, that like giving money and paying so much money for a little thing will make you do so much of work. Like trust me, like वो बोलते हैं ना, like if you go in a situation, we are humans, we can do everything, which I always say. So if you are in this situation, like life will make you do all these things, and these all things made me so strong, like doing all these things, fixing all these things. If any problem come, running to a shop and getting the solution. And the best part is here we have solution, as the labor charge is expensive. So we have lot of things which you can fix. You can read the instructions and we can fix. And here I think so people buy house, and I don't know how many of you have done that. Most of the people, they color their own house, like घर का like full वो लोग color कर लेते हैं, to color your own house and to fix your bathroom. Everything people does, but till now we don't know a lot of things. I must say there are so much stronger people than me who has done so many things. I think so I have one of my friend, like she's an expert, she can do each and everything. If sometime I get a chance, definitely I will make her incidental. And till now I am in a learning process. And yeah, my friend, she, like my American friend, she was the only the one, she told me that Payal, you should do voluntary service in school. If you do voluntary service in school, you will know so many things. And this is a very big fact, that about education, about kids education. Education in India is totally different from education in here. And the big problem which we have, that both of us, we didn't study here, so we don't have anything. Now also if something comes, the first thing is that I compare to India, like how I studied. But really now I don't know how the education has changed in India. Though many of you till now say that it's the same thing, memorizing everything, going too much of test, but here the education is totally different. It is totally more of a practical things, and more they concentrate on the basic things. So this is was then again I started doing voluntary service. And if you go too much of the school, you can meet lot of the other parents, and through talking is something you can learn a lot of things by socializing with people. So she is the one, she told me is that socialize with the people like who can give you more information, and through which you will know how the school runs. So I got into voluntary service, and that is the one thing which I love so much. I don't show all these things at all, as I don't think so it is not at all required to do. But yeah, this is a way in which I have learned a lot of things. And till now, actually I am learning, I can say that, as Rai is not at all lie, will slowly be a teenager after 3 years, and then how to deal with kids. There are so many things that if I compare to parenting also, I have to do little bit different parenting, maybe the way I could have done if she was in India, little bit different, as I don't want to be so much like, I don't want to put so much Indian things on her. As she is growing here, she has all of her American friends. Definitely Rai's thought is totally different. If she is someone, Rai will never say auntie, she takes always her name. And it's like if I say Rai that tell her auntie, she is like, why should I tell her auntie, like she is not my relative, like here how people think. So that's what so this is one thing which I always learn through socializing, and definitely through reading lot of books. And yeah, till now my journey continues, and you all can see as I progress that how my journey goes, what are the new things I am learning. But definitely I have learned a lot of new things, but there are a lot of pros and cons. Many people says that oh बाहर रहते हो कोई काम नहीं है, machine सब काम करता है, कुछ भी सोचने के. This is totally different. If you stay outside, believe me, you are more responsible, as you don't have any upper hand. कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम हो तो खुद सॉल्व करना पड़ता है. इवन इफ यू रन द मशीन, यू आर द ओनली वन, यू हैव टू रन इट, you have to do everything from planning your budget, because everything is different. Believe me, the finance system also is totally different. I sure many of you can agree with me. And I think so with that I will end my today's session, my journey from India to US. I don't know how much I have justified this video, and please, I don't know, like there are so many things. I think so मुझे तो 1-2 दिन लग ही जाएगा constantly like of saying so many things. So this is how my journey was. But definitely we had lot of ups and downs, and this happens to each and everyone. And I hope so you have enjoyed my talking session. So if so, please hit the like button. Those of you who are watching me for the first time, please do subscribe to my channel, and write down in the comment section below if any one of you are planning to come settle here, or if you live here, you are planning to buy a house. I will be so happy to share any information that I have. So that's it for today, everyone. Bye bye.